How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys have had a great day, great weekend. It's almost over with, but hey, for those who have an extra day off tomorrow like I do, enjoy with yourself, your loved ones, etc. and so forth, because like I said, life is too short, and especially nowadays, to take any moment for granted to enjoy yourself, all right? Now, when it comes to money, we all know that the first thing most people think about, I know I do, is our everyday expenses, monthly expenses, aka the cost of living on a regular basis. It's understandable, right? Now, however, a good chunk of the population do not implement strategies to figure out how they can spend their money to benefit their community. So this article that I came across the other day really went in on how African Americans spend their money, not in a bad way. It's just, I think it was mostly from a, hey, looking at all different points and whatnot, and just, because if you're a person who owns a business, you're going to spend your money in a specific way. If you're a person who has a job, you're going to spend your money in a specific way, and that's fine. I always call it voting with your dollars. Just be pickier with who you spend your money with, because usually if you want to get anybody's attention, if their money comes up short, that's going to get their attention more than anything else on this planet. Trust me on that one. Okay. Now, this topic caught my attention because my philosophy is this, especially since we're in this, election season. And remember, I don't care who you're going to vote for. I don't care if you're not even voting at all. It's your life. You do what you do. It's your choice. We do what we do, and we move on with our lives. All right. Too much arguments over people's political perspectives, and you're going to have yours, I'm going to have mine, and we're going to move on with our lives. That's what we're going to do. All right, so my philosophy is who you spend your money with and who you bank with holds way more power than who you're going to vote for. Period. That's just my perspective. If you disagree, I get it. It's all good. I respect that. Like I said, we had to learn how, adults need to learn more how to respectfully disagree with people and move on, instead of acting like children and I disagree with you and go into a corner and cry like a little baby. We need to get over that, all right? Now, this article stated, and I quote, a report found that African Americans love to spend their money on beauty, grooming products, shelling out about $573.6 million on an annual basis for personal soap and bath needs, things of that nature. That was about 19% higher than any other demographic within the United States of America. All right, African American consumers also like to spend their money at high-end department stores, with their 63%. With 63% of black folks saying in a survey they like to buy from Saks Fifth Avenue, 45% at Neiman Marcus, and 24% at Bloomingdale's and whatnot. Now, when hypotheticals are tossed out there, like if of the demographic spend about 15 to 20% to local community banks and businesses like We Buy Black, which is an African American version of Amazon, One United Bank, Industrial Bank, you would be contributing to your community in such a significant way that your potential or your political and / religious / spiritual beliefs and backgrounds, etc., would be, in my opinion, when it comes to people going against each other, would become irrelevant, because my opinion is you believe what you believe, and I respect that. That's the beauty of the United States of America. You can believe whatever you want to believe. That's what freedom truly is, right? All right. Also, the article stated that we are heavily influenced by what celebrities wear, from hats, jewelry, and all kinds of clothing and more. I'm not saying all African Americans are. I'm just going off of what the article stated and whatnot. I think a lot of people just in society are very big on celebrity culture, and that's fine. Now, me personally, I stopped paying attention to what celebrities wear at most times, and what they wear, what they say. By the age of 23, 25, I kind of just got over it. Since that time period, name brands became irrelevant, definitely. And if celebrities weren't talking about business, ownership, and any type of building, then I basically stopped paying attention to them. The reason I continuously will listen to the rapper Tech N9ne, Killer Mike, Nipsey Hussle, T.I., E40, and David Banner, etc., because they were and are economic builders, and that is the language that I speak as a grown man. Another thing that I do not realize, especially since I've had a bald head for the last 15 years, because before that I had long cornrows and whatnot. A lot of people don't believe that, but I did. I gotta make a video and post that one day, back in the day in high school and whatnot. But the article stated that African Americans accounted for almost 90% of the overall spending in the beauty supply industry. It's pretty big, family. That really and truly says a lot, because the beautiful thing about the United States of America is that you can truly start from zero and work your way up from an individual standpoint. However, in the last 20 years, I have personally seen people, I'm sure you have as well, who put their money together, friends and family when it comes to buying real estate, starting businesses, things of that nature can not only uplift massive groups of people, but they can dominate when it comes to the specific industries, and they can help create economic opportunities no matter who sits in the White House or who sits in the State House. Like I said, the beautiful thing in America, if you got the dollars, money talks and everything else walks. When groups of people come together outside of going to church, which is nothing wrong with that, going to a party, which is nothing wrong with that, or a funeral or a wedding or whatnot, they can become unstoppable economic force, family. I can't put it any other way. All right. The same spirit that's put together when you had to organize those events that I just talked about earlier, if you put that same energy into buying real estate, banking with your folks, and having businesses and buying from your folks, it should, put that same energy. That's all I'm saying. It's a crazy concept. And that is one of the best things about being in the United States. No one, and I mean no one, as an economic force, purchases massive amounts of real estate and businesses if their dollars are always leaving their community. So it's kind of, and I look at it like this. Everyone's a CEO of their own life, so the money that goes out of your household, that's your business, okay? But as a force, you can't really do anything, and it takes things in life a lot longer for you to buy a house, buy a plot of land, open a business, etc. if you got more money going to everyone else but yourself. Think of it like that. Okay. And what I'm talking about, it's nothing new, that I'm saying. I mean, hey, I got a lot of these principles from listening to Dr. Royce Watkins, reading Dr. Claude Anderson's Powernomic books. One thing for sure, I take pride in not only having a small business, Larry's Anything Goes online store, check it out, but I always take pride in spending my money with small businesses, and I do, putting money into their community, into my community bank with One United. These are just simple principles when it comes to voting with your dollars. Every single month, no matter if there is an election or not. Okay, that's why I love the concept of voting with your dollars. The next 5 years are going to be rough around the world economically, family, no matter what happens in this election. So no matter what your circumstances are financially nowadays, if you do not have a 5 to 10 year plan economically with other people outside of your job and even your business, whether you're a government employee, a private, working in the private sector, public sector, for the county or state, a business owner, self-employed contractor, whatever the case may be, etc. Everyone, and I mean everyone, needs to, including myself, expand our networks. Okay, and it doesn't always have to be about money. By simply starting a conversation with like-minded people, looking out for other people's businesses, families, health communities, etc. One last thing, family, if you are in the process or already have moved to a state where there is no state income taxes, which a lot of people are doing nowadays, which is fine. From the East Coast to the West Coast, people are moving either Midwest or South because they want to go to where it's cheaper to live. I get it and I respect it, okay? Then I truly implore you all that are doing it and that have done it to form your own networks on all scales, because I've never heard a person from the immigrant community, I always give them a lot of respect because they vote with their dollars every single day, use the excuse that I can't open a business and I can't buy a house because of income state taxes. And if people want to disprove me, if you've ever been to New York City, if you've ever been to Los Angeles, if you've ever been to San Francisco, I'm naming the most expensive cities to live in the country. And you see how many immigrant families own businesses and own real estate because they put their money together and they work together, and it's all done in a legal fashion. It's a beautiful thing. It can happen, but people got to get together and get it done, okay? It's nice that everybody can get together and do line dancing and so cute birthday parties and things of that nature, but it'd be very beautiful. I could see more people getting together, buying land, opening businesses and frequenting each other's businesses and banking with each other. Crazy concept. It's not illegal. It's nothing new. It's been done for generations and generations and generations, all right? That's why certain people cannot be gentrified out of New York City. That's why certain people cannot be gentrified out of Washington, D.C. That's why certain people cannot be gentrified out of LA, San Diego. I can keep going. Ownership is key here. That's at the end of the day. I can't put it any other way. So if you're moving to Texas, own something. If you're moving to Vegas or Nevada, own something. Arizona, own something. Florida, own something. Carolinas, own something. That's all I'm saying. And get around people who have an ownership mindset. And if you're going to be a good employee, great. Own a house. Yeah, own some land or whatnot. If you're going to be a business owner, great. Own something and make sure you people shop with you and whatnot. Okay. Get into those circles, whether it's online or in person. That's basically the crust of what I'm saying, because You can get gentrified out of cities in the South. You can get gentrified out of cities in the Midwest if you don't have an economic plan within your circle, within your family, within your community. Period. I don't care which way you lean on it. That's the way it is. The ownership culture wins. The working culture can lose if there's not a plan outside of that. It is what it is, okay? Because, like I said, in high tax states like California, New York, the immigrant communities still own residential and commercial real estate for generations and have open businesses as well. So if you're going to be basic in New York and then move to Texas, you know, I can't put it any other way. You know, if you're going to do that, you know, but you have no more money in your pocket, because that's the thing. No state income tax means there's more money in your pocket. What is the goal? What is the game plan? What is the end? You know, what is the bottom line? Outside of I got more money in my pocket, because if it's buying rims and nicer cars, I'm laughing at you. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but it is what it is. Then you still, you know, you have a chance of being gentrified in other places as well. Okay, whether there's an income state tax or not, mindset has to change. Remember, money talks and everything else walks. This needs to be the new norm, family. Okay, because this statement is very true. I'm sure people have seen it all the time, you know, but it is very true. It's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habits, all right? So if you got more money in your pocket because you moved to another state or another country, what is the end game outside of spending money? That is the question, all right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you can't get fired if you own a company. It's 2020 going into 2021. It's time to own something. Take care, family.